Hackathon on an island. That's like a crazy idea, right? Like, what?
I've been pitching this for a while. Like, this is something in my mind. Like, it's just such a cool place, and I thought it was a cool idea.
And we all went, Evan, this is nuts. They were like, what if we actually did that though? We were determined to make it happen, so we just like made it happen.
We're about to bring everybody here over to the pier and get them checked in.
10 minutes in, we're down a passport. We're gonna figure that out.
How's it going, Dave?
Good. A lot of fires to put out. The first batch of people arrived at 4:45. It's very hyped.
It's gonna be fun.
No.
Excited.
Yeah.
See you.
Welcome to Shipwrecked! Woo! Opening ceremony is at 6:30 p.m. Do not forget.
All the logistics always feels extremely important. But the thing that is really going to make this experience for everyone is like they're going to be looking to all of you for what is the energy.
One of the big things people don't realize about Shipwrecked and a lot of stuff that happens in Hack Club, it's like 100% made for and by teenagers. And I think that's what makes it super cool. Everybody on the team has done, let's say, at least 200 plus hours of work personally to make Shipwrecked happen. There was a moment in our organizing process where we were like, no, people are not building enough projects. I was super worried. The team was super worried. We were like, oh, this is not going to happen. When I was waiting at the dock, waiting for the ferry to arrive, and I saw like this giant boat with like 100 people in it, I was like, oh my God, it's happening. It's like finally happening.
Do you want to leave the countdown?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Shipwrecked! Welcome to Shipwrecked!
There's not a lot of times you're going to be in a room with so many people from all over the world that share the same interests as you.
I am trying to think of something cool to make, and we want to do hardware because we haven't done much hardware. So
We don't know any hardware.
Okay, so current idea is because like the villagers can't talk or they talk in like Animal Crossing, we'll make them like a Morse code thingy, like whatever they type in, we'll like give them like a visual depiction. So if they type in like apple, we'll show them like a big fat apple.
So I'm gonna make a game that uses this circle display, and then it's gonna have lights, buttons. That way we don't have to use words. It's kind of like Simon Says, but not really like Simon Says. Maybe I'll add like a knob to rotate to get to the correct spot. I don't know. I really don't know right now.
Hi, I'm a slave. A slave.
I just don't. I just drink water.
So it's like 3 different challenges.
We gave them their first prompt Friday evening. They had till Saturday evening, but during that time, we ran 3 workshops. They had meals, which all take up time. If you think about it, they've probably had realistically 6 hours for the first project. It's really impressive what some people have been making in such time constraints.
Since we can't like use word, letters, numbers, we decided to make like a deciphering game to like have like symbols and we like communicate through that.
We're gonna have little villagers, and then there's gonna be dialogue, but we're not gonna be able to understand it, and then you have to decipher what you're trying to say.
my idea is basically to create a mood to music generator. You basically choose your mood, and AI generates a song based on how you're feeling.
I'm going to be building a paint app that runs entirely in your terminal.
Yeah, so we're doing a hardware approach. We've got 4 LEDs, and each one represents a feeling. Depending on how long you press that push button, it's a feeling or the opposite. And that way you can transmit feelings.
We want to make a magic journal that helps you communicate with the villagers. It's going to have an interface with the different symbols that the villagers can use to like convey their ideas to you, even though it's like not in your language.
Do you think you're gonna be able to finish it before 8 p.m.?
We hope so. We have high hopes.
You're gonna have 15 minutes
build the tallest home you can for the villagers.
You want to bring two people together? Okay, let's run quick time events.
So right now we're doing a crazy forts competition. We've got 6 teams of like 20 kids each. They're trying to build the tallest thing they can with just crazy forts, so that the villagers have a place to live.
We're like, okay, we're gonna start with a triangle, and then everybody just kind of started putting things on. The entire tower is entirely relying on that piece right there. Without that piece, it collapses.
Idea! How's the bridge looking? How's the bridge looking? The only tower you can live in.
Case closed.
Case closed. Coolest tower, and it is the one. Overall, best tower for the plushies is this one over here.
Our goal for Shipwreck was we want people to build small projects that are really good, that they're really proud of, with their friends. Everybody at Shipwreck is going to go home with 3 really cool projects. On each day, we're introducing a new challenge for people to work on. These are prompts that range from like build something that has no words or doesn't need a language, build something that has multiple users, and everybody has to ship those projects at the end of the day and demo them every day to get new swag.
So the prompt was to build something with no text, no languages, no numbers, that basically the villagers with no language can understand.
Technically it's one large game, but we have 3 mini games inside of it.
It converts our lovely games into things that villagers can understand. This one right here, we have a Wordle, but with colors. It shows you hints, whether you got it wrong or right, or what placement it should be in. Our second round, it's a color wheel picker where you have to match color of this bar with this square right here. Now we go on to our last and final round. It will show you a sequence of buttons and you have to remember which one it is. And then
hallway.
You win!
Our game is, well, I can't say the name because it's an emoticon. Basically, you have to draw symbols to get rid of the tentacles that are coming in on you, and if too many tentacles get to you, then you lose all your hurts and you die, and you have to do it with your friends. So if your friends are stupid and don't draw their symbols, you'll die.
So make sure you get your good friends while playing it because you only have 6 lives.
It took us 1 night of brainstorming, 8 hours of Unity installing, and also around 8 hours of work.
Probably
per
more.
person.
Yeah. We actually finished early. Well, early.
20 minutes early.
Finished 20 minutes early. And we were playing it by ourselves because it worked so good.
Or she was playing it. She was grinding.
I was grinding with the game. And surprisingly, the very first time we deployed it, it worked just fine.
Yeah, we just...
This never happens.
Each day we'd present a new challenge. People would make teams, and the rest of the day kind of was like a free-for-all of coding, eating, procrastinating, exploring, until it was time to demo the next day.
I think people are just like everywhere, because honestly, like I'll walk around and I'll be like, I know there's 130 people on this island. Where are they? Like I walk around and I'm just like, where did they all go? They're not here. There's not 130 people here. There's not 130 people in their rooms. There's not 130 people in the lounges. And I think it's cool to see people like really taking advantage of like the fact that we're on an island.
I'm honestly impressed that people are able to find enough time to go to the beach, go swimming, go to the campfire, sing songs, and then also finish their insane projects. At the ship showcase yesterday, almost every single project blew my mind. I was a little worried at the first that people would not have enough time to make their projects, but it seems like the last minute deadline happening 3 times has really pushed a lot of people to go all in on their project development.
I'm gonna crash on these controllers. Bro, we made r/place, but with Slack emojis. So you search up the emoji, you click on it, and then you just spam it. Yep, so you see it updates real time with all the other clients.
We made a game called Supersonic in the Godot engine. How it works is you steer this ship using your voice. Ideally multiple people using their voices. Lower frequencies like oh, that's gonna make the ship turn left. Mid frequencies like that's gonna make the ship move forward. And then higher frequencies like ee, that's gonna make the ship go right, okay? Oh. Oh, I died.
We made an Connect Infinity, a bit like Connect 4 with no gravity, and everybody plays real time. Imagine you were playing 3 separate players on the 3 separate screens. Everybody plays down their tiles, and whenever you get a row of 4, it counts up. And when the board's filled, whoever has the most rows of 4s wins the game.
So we made an anonymous note platform. For functionality, people are able to add a title and a description and it will update in real time. And they can also delete notes. They can delete anyone's notes, so it's a little bit of a feedback feature. Like if you don't like someone's note, you can delete it. This is Duck Hunt. Basically, you compete with up to 2 other people and you play tag with them as ducks. And you pick a duck, hand drawn by Nicole, by the way. Start the game. Okay. Nicole's it right now. And basically, you don't want to run out of time. You don't want to be it for longer than 30 seconds. Otherwise, you die. I'm just gonna stay away. I'm just gonna stay away from those 2. I don't know what's going on there.
This is Horse Labs. It's so goated. I just have to say it's so goated. So it's basically a game where you compete against other people to go around the circuit. There are different letters here with different players. So I press A, and then there are obstacles. So if I go through that obstacle, it's gonna take me back every single time.
So we made a color picker using the camera of a 3DS right here. Yeah, so there's this crosshair right here, and whatever you point it at, it will print out a RGB code at the bottom. I click this button, it'll print out that RGB code of whatever the crosshair was on.
How do you code something onto a 3DS?
Yeah, we used C and DevKit Pro to actually compile for it, and it has to be a modded one to actually install it.
For our final project, we were thinking we want to make Hot Potato, but it'd be kind of lame if we used the song Hot Potato, and so we made our own song, which is Ships Don't Lie by Zakira. And we were thinking it'd be kind of lame just to play Hot Potato and listen to it, so we also made another music video to go along with it that now plays in the background and syncs to your game of Hot Potato. Why pass around a potato? Okay, we're already changing everything up. Okay, one of the organizers, Jared, instead passed around Jared's head. Okay, and that is what we have created right here.
We thought that music is the best way to connect people, so we made this program where we could make beats with the villager noises that the villagers/organizers made. And here's a sample beat.
I really want people to have these decade-long memories deeply ingrained in their mind. It could be anything from a cool person they met to a really new, interesting thing they learned in these late-night, deep philosophical conversations. If you really zoom into people's lives, those are your life's defining moments. That is when you discover a new perspective that gets you to make new decisions about your life. And I really want a lot of people that came to Shipwreck to walk away with that experience.
You know how they say there's an infinite amount of numbers between 0 and 2, but there's also an infinity between 0 and 1, but it's a smaller infinity. This is a little infinity inside my big infinity. Does that make some sort of sense? Yeah.
This weekend has probably been one of the best of my life. No one's ever done this before, and we did it. For a whole weekend, I got to sit on a lawn and drink energy drinks that will kill us on an island with the people who I think are the coolest people in the entire world.
I don't know how else to put it, but there was a certain beauty to this. There was this feeling in the air. Be sitting on the beach at night during the campfires, or just going to the lightning talks or events. Just this feeling in the air of both acceptance and camaraderie and friendship. It's everybody here is just somebody that you enjoy hanging with and talking to.
The only goal is for people to meet other people who they don't realize yet share their same interests and whatnot, and build really cool stuff together.
3, 2, 1, hack! Chalk me is crazy, Gus.